All right, we're back on Eddie on Everything again. And co-host, the fool that you just heard there is John. And if you don't buy this magazine, I'll shoot this dog. Something we were talking about earlier, and it's obviously a very, very old advertising gimmick that National Lampoon magazine came up with. It was fucking brilliant.
Yes, it was.
They showed a picture. A lot of people might get triggered by this, so if you will, don't listen. But
What's up, you think?
they had a pistol to a dog's head, and the dog looked like he was like, "Arr." It said, if you don't buy this magazine, we'll shoot this dog.
It was National Lampoon, mid 70s. Look it up.
And I think probably like the biggest issue of the magazine they ever sold.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, without a doubt. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure they recreated or redid the same cover for like a 10th anniversary or
I
something.
think you're right. I think they did.
But they didn't. It wasn't the full on.
It wasn't
cover.
quite as graphic.
It was like, and it was like in the middle, like they made almost like a border or something, like 10th anniversary. I mean, because it was absolutely brilliant.
Oh God, it was amazing. So I don't know where we're going from here, but that was pretty cool. That was
really cool.
Yeah.
Tune in next week when we'll maybe commentate on a snowflake and talk about the shapes and sizes and how one is not like the other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's.
Like we were talking about before, can you imagine if they tried to do something like that today? They wouldn't.
Oh, you mean that cover?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no. I mean,
it could never work.
No.
Oh my God, that dog's got to have so much anxiety. Oh.
Oh yeah. That's funny.
We have to bring it to the dog shrink.
Yeah. I know. The children? No, we don't have children. We have a dog, and we spend all our expendable income on him.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it works now.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like when we had dogs when we were kids.
Yeah.
They would, like, if we left, they would just be in the house till we came home.
Oh yeah, they'd entertain themselves.
They didn't shit everywhere. They didn't fucking do all that.
Yeah, have anxiety and need a thunder blanket.
Yeah. But people are actually.
Actually, I wish I had a human thunder blanket sometimes.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's like now people like they have dog sitters and stuff when they go to work. They can't.
I've been a dog sitter. Yep.
Well, I mean, it could be a lucrative family. Could be a lucrative job, I guess. But I mean, it makes no sense. If you have a dog that you can't leave in your house for several hours without either him crapping everywhere or
ripping,
tearing the furniture up or something like that, you need a new dog.
Or you need to go back to the beginning and train them properly.
Well, that too.
Or use the smelly stuff to put on the couch and whatever. Yeah, whatever they do, like something that smells to them, but it doesn't smell to us or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Pheromone like kind of shit or something like that. Yeah. Hey, well, that was about wraps it up.
Oh yeah. Hey folks, listen. Tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day. We're a couple hours away from a big snowstorm that's supposed to hit us. And before the broadcast, we were talking shit about current events and stuff, and we just pretty much talked out.
Yeah, we're done.
Eddie on everything, and it's also Eddie, no matter how he feels, okay, because he loves his fans. He's going to come hell or high water, but if he's feeling goofy, he's going to be goofy. If, it's like, I didn't really look at this completely, and I'm kind of tired. Well, it's going to come off that way. All right?
His translation of that is, I did no friggin' research whatsoever for anything.
Oh, come on now. Hey, geez, come on.
Well, that's the way it is, man.
Sometimes it just doesn't come out,
this ain't the fucking Joe Rogan show. I didn't, I didn't line up a bunch of A-list guests to come on here,
Hey, wait a minute. What are you saying? Was. So
what are you trying to say? Rocky wouldn't be a good guest?
He was. He was on. That's why he was protesting.
Don't ever do that again.
Okay, so we're on the air, but man, thank God there's no video. Ugh.
Yeah, that'd be not good. So
yeah. Oh well, speaking of. but then.
All right. Do you watch football?
Yeah, sometimes.
Did you watch a game last night?
Chiefs and Texans?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, I mean, everybody knew that was going to happen. The Chiefs would beat the Texans, pretty much. What nobody thought is that the friggin' Washington, and I say this with air quotes, Commanders.
Yes.
would beat the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions were supposed to be the juggernaut coming in, and
isn't that funny? I mean, they haven't been that since Sanders.
33 years.
Yeah.
It's been 33 years since the Washington team or whatever went to the NFC Championship game. And they're doing it with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Which I wanted New England to pick.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Now, not that we got a bad quarterback.
Right. But a Brady, too. Yeah. The chance of Brady,
I mean,
too.
It really wouldn't have mattered because he's got a much better team around him than Drake May has. So it may not have, they wouldn't have got this far, but
yeah,
still.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like the Texans, I still want to call them the Houston Oilers. It's like, us old hats.
Well, they wear the uniform sometimes.
Yeah, pay homage.
Yeah.
Yeah, have an oiled Derek on the corner, by the shoulder. Oh, I felt so bad. I don't know. You probably will remember this. I mean, this is not a sports show, folks, but
it's an anything show.
Yeah, we're a reasonable facsimile thereof. So, when the Texans started, and remember they had David Carr.
David Carr, yep.
Oh my gosh.
He was a good quarterback, actually.
He was destined. So thank you. I'm glad we're thinking the same, because I was like, oh my God, after the second and then the third season, I think there was the third season and that was it. I was like, oh my gosh, if he had a fucking defensive line, if he had a good, receiver, tight end, it's like, I thought this is so it's a good thing. All right. It's like you can have a great quarterback, but if everybody else is fucking milquetoast, you can't do it, because if they're not going to catch it, if they're not going to defend it.
The New England Patriots are a good example of that this year.
Okay, there you go. But I was talking about David. Poor guy.
No, I know. But
I just felt so
he also
bad
had, I believe, Lovie Smith.
Yeah, Lovie Smith. Okay,
so was a coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in his first 3 years, I think he had 2 different coaches, and I don't know how many fucking offensive coordinators.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not doing any research or anything. I'm just
listening. No, it wasn't Lovie Smith. I'm thinking, oh God, who's the defensive coordinator for the Patriots? Way back. I can't think of his name.
Big Tuna? No.
No, I can't think of his fucking name.
Oh, let's just leave it at that guy. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
You know that actually that when that guy was the coach, that guy,
Yeah.
there was an incident where one of their players
What?
shot himself in the face in the parking lot.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Holy shitballs, man.
Yeah, and they knew he was going through some shit, so they went. The head coach. Why can't I think of his name?
It'll come to you after the broadcast, obviously.
Probably, yeah. But they went up. Him and somebody else went out in the parking lot, and they were talking to him.
Yeah.
And he pulled out a gun and shot himself in the face.
Like, oh crap! Like they were right there.
They were right there.
Oh, that sucks. Oh my gosh, he was so serious. Wow. That sucks.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I mean, like it's bad enough. Remember, like the Celtics, like Len
Bias
about that, and that'll be for another show, right? Cocaine versus a heart defect, and family came through and all that.
Well, and the combination of the two don't mix.
It's not good. Yeah, but it's amazing how something can just happen like that.
Yeah.
And it changes the course of whether it's the sport, whether it's the coach's career, whatever. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, if you witness something like that,
oh yeah,
that has to change everything for you. I mean, it's not something most people see.
Definitely PTSD, or what do they call it now? It's not PTSD. I forget what the technical term is, but yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder, and you gotta learn ways to deal with it. Doesn't go away. You just gotta regulate.
Yeah. But it's not. I mean, that kind of thing's not like obviously not an everyday event.
No.
Holy.
And you know what's funny? All right, so here's the thing: people who haven't been through traumatic events, and now, I mean, I don't even think it's like most of the public anymore, but used to be like most of the public hadn't been through, real traumatic stuff. So they would think of PTSD as like, oh, this guy came back from war, or whatever, a mass shooting, whatever the PTSD is.
He was in 9/11 or something like that.
Okay, 9/11. Yeah, natural disaster, whatever, right? So a segment of the population would think like, oh, okay, so this guy or this girl, they're like a little bit damaged because of what happened, and they can't really deal with it, right? Well, and I don't know who did it. I don't think it was like, DSM folks or whatever, but somebody had said, listen, PTSD is not somebody acting abnormally to a normal event. It's somebody acting normally to an abnormal event.
Yes.
And that changed everything. I mean, that makes total friggin' sense. It's like your psyche, your soul, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Is going to get into, self-preservation mode, but at the same time, they're going to be looking for resources, and, it's not, the way they're acting is not abnormal. It's actually normal to an abnormal event. So there's nothing wrong, just like the person you knew before the event, they're the same person, but they've had some other synapses and everything.
They've witnessed something that most normal people aren't going to witness.
Thank you.
Just like the guy shooting himself in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That is not something. If you're a psychopath, that might not bother you.
Right. Right.
But if you're a normal person,
if you're coming up just to talk to your player and say, "Hey, come on, buck up, Buttercup," and then
yeah,
that's got to be incredibly traumatic.
Yeah. It like you said, it's not a normal event.
Yeah.
And a normal person can't even they can't even register. They can't even register in your head.
Yeah, and they can't process like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, okay, so now I'm gonna have grief. What's the first stage and the fifth stage? It's like, no, it's like, okay, survival mode.
Yeah. Oh, it's been 2 months now. You should be over that. No, I don't think something like that ever leaves you, ever.
It's like a young bride. Actually, it could be any bride, right? Doesn't have to be young, but lose their husband, right? And you're at the wake, okay? And all these people, they love you, they're sorry for you, what happened and stuff. They say some things.
It's time to move on.
Oh, honey, you're still young and still pretty. You'll find somebody else. Yeah, it's like, and they mean well, and so that's the thing. They mean well
in that kind of situation. That does happen.
Yeah,
people do move on.
Yeah,
like I hope she's not listening. My sister's a perfect example.
Yeah. Good for her.
And yeah. But I think it's a whole different situation. Like if you're in the military, or you're in a war, and you see your friends getting blasted and blown up all around you, or like again with the guy in the player in the parking lot with the coach trying to talk to him, and he blows his face off. That's a whole different thing.
There's no playbook.
Even as tragic as it is when one of your loved ones dies or something like that, or your husband or wife or whatever.
Right.
It's not like they just got blown up, or they're in front of you, or they shot. Something was going on.
Some violent ending.
Yeah. I mean, I think that makes it a little different.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's easy,
and it's no less traumatic. A person who has a loved one or whatever, and they know that there's a an illness or whatever, and the prognosis isn't well. You're right. It doesn't make it any less where they have to adapt and all that. But if you have more time to be able to process and everything, that's different than a flash death, a flash a violent event
that happened for no reason.
Right. I mean, just one of those random boom. You're sitting at the light, and all of a sudden somebody rear ends you, or I mean, there's so many random. You can't put a figure on why it happened or whatever that happened, and if you have no consciousness to try to deal with it, and it happens, you're playing catch up, and that takes a while. But if you if it's a process, and it's like a steady decline or whatever, it doesn't make it any less painful. However, it makes it, I don't know if I'd say it's a degree of trauma, but at least you have a heads up that it's happening. But if you have no heads up, and just boom, a bomb goes off next to you, or even like these people in California, right? It's like, all my neighbors lost their house and everything, and my house is standing. Yeah, it's different, but they have like survivor's guilt. That's like
Yeah,
another
yeah.
kind of.
That would be, yeah. I can kind of get that where like you see your both houses around you were
Yeah,
fucking torched to the ground,
right. And
and yours is still standing.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it seems like totally random. It's like, oh, okay, Mother
Yeah.
Nature, but you
And
know,
then all these people right now are homeless. What are you gonna say? Oh, well, I'll take you guys all into my house, or
yeah,
I mean,
because you're not supposed to be there anyway. Yeah, but I mean, seriously, they're already starting to go through some kind of like survivor guilt,
yeah.
which they shouldn't. I mean, oh, thank God, it should be like, oh, wonderful, I feel bad for them, but yeah, but
Well, and the thing with now that
doesn't
you brought up the fires and stuff like that,
happen.
a lot of the last couple of years, insurance companies stopped letting people get fire insurance.
Yeah, like if they're in certain zones and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
makes sense. That's why the insurance company is in the premiums business and not the insurance
Well,
business where they're paying
yeah,
out.
the insurance company's in the fuck you business.
Oh
That's
yeah,
basically what it is.
yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Yeah, this is not controversial, folks. This is like PBS real talk shit. There is no insurance companies that give a fuck about you. Look at that guy. I saw something today on
well,
social media that said that United Health has lost, and it was already like debunked, but they said they lost like umpteen $1 billion since their CEO was shot down, by Luigi,
yeah,
Yeah. So, but they actually, somebody had uh, answered the post or whatever and said, no, actually, it wasn't this billion, it was this billion, but it wasn't tied to this, it was tied to this. And, they debunked the whole thing, you
yeah.
know? So,
A company's not going to lose billions of dollars because one guy was
yeah,
shot down.
because of a figurehead.
Yeah,
I mean, not even Apple or, Tesla, right? SpaceX, with Elon Musk.
yeah.
If somebody takes him out tomorrow, it's not like Tesla and SpaceX are going to be like, oh my God, okay, we got to fold. I
No,
mean,
because
it's,
there's someone else in the plan to
yes, a
to replace
succession.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I mean, they may not have the financial assets, you know.
Yeah, but since they already have a base, they better figure it out.
Yeah,
you know?
and I'm sure people being that smart, pretty sure Elon has probably figured out how if something like that would happen,
hmm
that it would still go on without him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, half his companies are trying to get him out of there. In fact, I think it was SpaceX. Remember when he did the thing with Twitter,
Yeah,
right?
when
When
he
he
bought
bought
Twitter.
Twitter and, yeah, one of his bigger companies, like they had a whole thing where they got all the other like uh, you know, board members and everything, right? To vote against them, and like I don't know if they had to like buy some more stock or some shit like that. They tried some kind of backdoor thing to get them out, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
You
well,
know, so yeah, yeah, I forget the point of that too. But
well, you know.
yeah, most of these companies, though, I mean, not like when it was Edison, when it was Ford, all these industrial revolution type figureheads, right, that were very crucial to the business. It's not that way anymore. Like you may have a founder, a funder, or a starter, okay? Uh, like uh, Steve Jobs or uh, Elon Musk, you know, all these
Well,
guys, Zuckerberg and stuff, right? They may start it, And even though there's always haters to say, no, they didn't start it. They stole it out from under us. Like it was me and my brother and we had it and this and that. And then we brought him on as a partner. And then he filed some patents and some trade things and this and that. And before we knew it, we lost our company, you know?
I think a lot of bigger companies now turn into, if they get big or whatever, it's a fad, and they know it's a fad, and it won't last very long.
So they diversify.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then they
makes sense, and that does make
and
sense.
yeah, and then they like, even if that little fad dies down,
Yeah,
they got
they've already
something
leapfrogged
else.
on a couple,
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's kind of like when these companies go bankrupt and shit like that.
Yeah.
They go bankrupt, but they already have another company
Oh yeah, and they
that's
probably already
starting
funneled.
up.
Yeah, they probably already funneled like funds out
Yeah,
before they filed. And
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
It's like if you and I go bankrupt, we're screwed for 7 years.
Oh, at least. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
We can't just go and start something new over here, you know. But
Hey, well, look at divorce, right? Divorce is kind of the same thing. Even if you don't file bankruptcy, you're bankrupt, and it takes more than 7 years to crawl out from under.
yeah,
I mean, it's
about 15, 20 years.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that is the number one cause of poverty in America is divorce.
Well, because you know, man, God, I really don't think we should get into this, but
Oh, we don't have to.
no, fuck it, we're going there.
Right. Here we go. You are so glad you're listening.
But you know what does that cause? A divorce, what does that cause? What does that cause?
Heartache, pain.
Well, besides all that, financial instability.
Oh, you mean financial wise?
No.
Oh.
Causes a single parent family.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Even if they're,
I mean,
even
unless
if they're
your
co-parenting.
your wife was banging somebody else and brings her right in, or brings him right in, or whatever. But
Yeah.
And-
Typically, that doesn't happen.
no, typically not.
Unless it's a rich household and it's just the nanny, it's not him. So anyway, sorry, Arnold.
But they've proven that the single parent families,
yeah,
it doesn't usually work out all that good.
No. Definitely worse than two parent. Yep. Yeah. Even though it seems like it's the fashionable thing. Oh yeah. No, I can have a child and not have a co-parent. This has been my this has been my plan from the get-go. Actually,
my child doesn't need a dad.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, I've heard that
I'm
way too many
sorry,
friggin' times.
But your child needs a dad desperately.
Yes, particularly if it's a boy, but also a girl too. But particularly if it's a boy.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you stopped that early. I'm gonna tell you, the host, he's very, he cares, because that same woman that he was talking about, right, that said that to that dad who was caring, loving, my child doesn't need a dad. After that, she reached across and like a praying mantis, she cut the head off of that man. Yep. So now that child will never have her father. That's how dog eat dog, praying mantis bite the head off the breeder, right? The same thing with the black widows.
What
right?
the hell are you
They
going
do the
here?
same thing.
Hey, let's.
Oh, all right.
What are you doing?
That's why he's the host, folks. He's reining me in. He's reining me in. He knows we're about to go off in nature, and that's okay. That's another show.
It's a little late now. For the love of God, I wasn't talking about chopping somebody's heads off.
No, and she wasn't
I know.
either. She just
you meant it as
and went.
You meant it as a metaphor
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Is this PG? This is PG. Is that why? Okay. Yes. I meant it as a air quotes metaphor.
Exactly. Yes.
Poor bastard, Andy. I'm sorry you ended that way, and we'll try to catch the bitch. Shoot his head.
All right.
right
So,
off.
anyways, how about the Celtics?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
How about
yeah.
them Red Sox?
Oh yeah, the Red Sox.
Oh,
God.
yeah. And pretty soon they'll be heading down south. You know,
That's right.
spring training. Oh,
It's almost truck day.
I hated the short time that I was down in Tampa, and when I drive to the center, and I had to go past the stadium where the Yankees have spring training
Oh yeah.
in
Yeah.
Tampa, and to seeing those signs, oh my gosh! I mean, just even though I had been separated from New England for like 20 some odd years,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It boils your blood to
Dude.
see the friggin' Yankees logo
W-
anywhere.
When I was in Florida,
Yeah.
my son's brother would come over for visits too.
Uh-huh.
The weekends and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I had a relationship with him too
Yes.
before my son was even born.
Right. Oh,
So-
wow. Cool.
So, but he started getting to be one of those fair weather fans, and wear Yankees, wear Chicago Bulls, wear
Oh, no,
every time.
no.
I'm like, you are not wearing that
Yeah.
in my place.
Thank you.
You're taking that off.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm not going to see it again till I
Yeah.
bring you home.
Right. Nice. No, that's dude. Ben Affleck, right? In what was the movie? I forget what the movie was.
I know what
You
you're
know what I'm
talking
talking
about.
about, yeah. He refused to wear the.
What the hell was it?
Oh, it was with the. She's a cute lady, but
Yeah, I know what you're
he was
talking
like-
about, though. They
she
wanted him to
tried
wear
to-
the Yankees hat,
yes,
and he would
held
refused.
out. He held out for 8 days. Thank you, Ben.
And he agreed to wear a Mets hat,
Yeah.
which doesn't make any sense to me
Well,
because the Mets beat the
Yeah.
Red Sox in the '86 World Series.
yeah, but there's just not that rivalry. I mean, remember the Mets
No, there
were
isn't.
shit
It's not the
for
same thing.
ever.
It's
Yes.
not the same thing.
So it may change, like with our kids and our grandkids, when they go up. It might be they fucking hate the Mets.
Well, it already has changed because
Okay.
kids just like whoever's popular.
Yeah, which oh my gosh, that sucks balls. I mean,
Oh.
come on. I mean, culture is being loose.
It drives me nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like people say to me, "Well, how could you be a Bucks fan?" Well, it's okay. Well, I lived down there for 20 years,
Yeah,
so I still like the Patriots.
yeah.
And anytime they were played, I wanted the Patriots to beat them,
Mm-hmm.
but I still like the Bucks. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to root for your home team or the team you live there or whatever.
I mean, that was like me with the Celtics and the Spurs.
Yeah.
Okay? I love the Celtics. I love Boston, even though we're past,
And you were there in
Bird
the
and all
Twin
that stuff.
Towers days.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was. So, yeah, I mean, and I loved San Antonio when they won a championship. They were, the fans and the team and everybody else there was very, they were very gracious, and they didn't fucking
Classiest
turn over.
team ever.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't turn over cars and shoot people and stuff because we won.
Yeah.
The people were very chill. In fact, I remember I did a couple different drive-throughs on downtown after Game 6, Game 7, or whatever when they won, and it was like everybody's beeping their horns and hands out their windows,
Yeah.
and there's some convertibles and stuff, with people, driving downtown. And it was a festive atmosphere without the threat of violence and this and that.
Yeah, it was just a
more
big
so
party.
than,
Just a big party.
yeah.
And I was surprised when the Bucks won their first Super Bowl, before they got Tom Brady and won another one.
Yeah.
Which I predicted that anyways. But there was, and you would think in an area like Tampa Bay, something like that, there'd be some fucking rowdy people causing problems.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. The only thing that happened is someone stepped in front of a car.
Okay.
And they unfortunately got killed.
Okay.
But it had nothing to do with like like turning over cars and shit like that and all that kind of crap like other places do. And,
like we do. Like we do. Boston.
They never did that.
What?
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
Yeah.
It's like when we win championships, there's usually a few people that get stabbed. There's a couple of cars that get. Yes.
Oh, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
What do you? I've never heard anything like that.
We're gonna have to do research. Stay tuned.
I think we are. Okay. God damn it, young Ben, where are you?
I know. Right?
I mean, I know there has been other teams, like a lot of other teams.
No. I'm talking. Look, listen to my fucking accent, right? I'm New England, true and true.
No, I understand that,
and you are too. But being away from my cocoon and being down there and hearing some of the, and who knows, maybe it was fucking IA, you know what? Said, oh, what?
I think you were listening to fake news.
Deep state.
I'm calling Donald.
Oh,
I'm calling him and I'm reporting you. I am. Sorry. And he's really upset. I've been getting text messages that he wanted me to come to the inauguration. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to make it. They were going to pay for me to go there.
I'm sorry you're not going to make it. It's going to be.
Doesn't matter. They canceled the outside thing anyways.
Yeah, no, I know. You could have been inside.
I could have been. Yeah. I could have been sitting on his lap probably.
Oh, maybe.
With the messages I was getting, it's like, hey, you're an insider.
Yeah. Oh. And Barron can't do it anymore. He's taller than Daddy now.
He's a fucking giant.
Yeah, he's like 6'6" or 6'7" now.
And he's like 16 years old.
Well, no, I think he's probably 17 or 18 now. But yeah.
Well, somewhere in there.
Yeah. He's still a kid. You're right. Melania, call me.
I'm sure she will.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I heard your phone ring, actually, as soon as you said that.
Yes. Donald, wait a minute. I have to call John. I am so pretty, but I also look like I suck a lemon all the days of my life.
Well,
Eastern European, I'm very, very pretty.
Hey, well, she's not going to live in the White House.
Huh?
I don't think she did for like the last half of his last term either. She's not going to live in the White House.
Huh?
Huh?
Wow.
What did you say? Huh?
Well, I know she supports him and his chick, but she supports him.
I'm not saying there's anything going wrong in the relationship.
No, I mean, look, hey, in the 50s, right? In the 50s, the husband and wife slept in separate beds.
Can you imagine what a fucking microscope you're under living in the White House? There's people up your ass all day long.
But that's after you get into the West Wing. I mean, their house.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not privy on the actual workings of the White House.
Well, no, I mean their what's supposed to be their portion of like that's considered their house.
Yeah.
No, they're pretty much they're good.
Yeah, but they have to spend most of their. I mean, do you want to spend your time stuck in that little area? Because as soon as you go out, there's people on you all day long.
Yeah, but then again, they get to go to Camp David. I mean, how fun is that, right? It's like, okay,
you don't think there's people?
We're still working. We're going to go to Camp David. Let's go have fun.
You don't think there's people on him all day long in Camp David too?
Well, they might want to talk to him, but he can say, look, I'm finger painting and then I'm going swimming afterwards. So leave me alone, okay?
Yeah, they'll leave him
Talk to the
alone.
head
If he
counselor.
goes swimming, they'll be standing on the shore.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I get it. Yeah,
I mean,
but that happens whether they're in the White House, whether they're at Camp David, whether they go to Neiman
no, I know
Marcus
that's
for
my
her to.
point.
Oh, okay.
Well, again, you know what doesn't actually? I just thought about this. What doesn't make any sense is she's the first lady,
Mm-hmm.
so no matter where she was residing,
Oh yeah,
they
she's
would
got
still
a.
be all over.
Oh yeah, she's got a security service detail for
Yeah, so maybe
sure.
she just doesn't like Donald. I don't know. I
You know
guess.
what? Yeah, and listen, I'm not. This is no. This isn't disparaging towards him, okay? But that very well could be it. You know what I mean? I mean,
Well,
they're different cultures.
if you
They
were
tried it out,
if
and maybe it didn't really work.
if
But
you were a
it's
gorgeous lady, would you want him climbing on top of you every night?
well, of course not. But I would love his. I'm not saying she's a gold digger or anything like that. But I think
She
this point in, she's probably accustomed to the lifestyle and she's probably done the
and
scale and said, all right, it's better for me to try to pretend I like him and stuff for a few events a year and live somewhere else. It's about the best I can get to still have a expense account or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a plausible explanation of why somebody would do that.
could be.
Yeah, but I mean, people get used to. I mean, I can't believe. Hey, shit. I don't even think I can say that. Yeah, no. Since this is going to be memorialized on tape, I won't say that. But I can
Oh,
see. All right,
I
hypothetical.
I I just got a message that says change the subject. No, seriously.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can see
You hear the
hypothetically.
helicopter?
Yep. Um, I can see hypothetically why. Uh, yeah. Okay. That's my mama.
Well, you know what? Since you made that point, I can't argue with you.
Oh no! I mean, it was so succinct. I mean, I really nailed it down.
I
And
never
yeah, I
thought
know,
it.
right? Doesn't that open up like
You just changed my
yes,
entire mindset. Really.
yes, I mean, it
Yeah.
opens up parts of the brain that oh my gosh, what is that? Huh?
Oh, that's Kelly.
I, I,
All
yeah,
right. Well, I have to use the restroom.
yeah. Would you go for me too?
I do actually, but
Yeah. Oh, we're not on, right?
oh no, we are.
Oh, we are. Okay. So, like I was saying,
Well, let's see, my my co-host has carried the ball while I was like
Yeah, I'm
in
sorry.
the
I
middle of it.
talked your ear off during that brief time.
What?
I said I was apologizing to the fans for talking their ear off during that intermission.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see you were.
Yeah.
Well, apparently my prediction has gone wrong.
What prediction?
That something major was going to happen before the inauguration.
Oh no. Wait a minute. Hold up. We still have time.
We got
And it could be a shell game. I'm just saying. Like,
well,
all right. So the spirit of your prediction,
mhm.
okay, was, I believe, spot on. Okay. There is something major that's going to happen, or there's going to be a few minor things that happen. I don't know it. I believe they were probably thinking about very shortly before tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
But because of guys like you who said it, all right, put it in the universe, and they're like, oh shit, they know. All right, let's put it out a couple weeks. Let's see what happens. We still got everything in place. We can still pull the trigger whenever we want, whether it's cyber, whether it's,
Be careful when you say pull the trigger because
well,
the president or the incoming president has been shot.
yeah. So, did you know? All right. So remember they said we're not going to do the outside event, right, where they
Because
normally
it's,
do.
it's too cold. Yeah.
Yes, because of the polar vortex.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're going to be in the Capitol. Guess what? There's only two other presidents that it was so cold that they did it inside the rotunda. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about doing it someplace else with not so many people because there is such a threat. There's such a threat to his life and the venue and everything else that they're thinking, and I don't know where it's going to be. It might be a fucking bunker, right?
So they're just gonna they're gonna move it and surprise everybody to where it is, and
They
then
might.
televise it.
Yes. Well, they're definitely going
Well,
to televise it,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
Trump wants that, I mean, but yes, they may, depending on the security threat, and they're already talking about it today. Instead of having it in the rotunda, the Capitol Rotunda, they're talking about having it at another place, an unspecified, only to those few people that would be there. And yes, it would be televised.
Isn't that the most disgusting thing you've heard in a long time?
It is, but it's been going on for about at least 8 years. It's been slowly going
No, I
towards
know,
this way,
but I
but
mean, now
yeah,
it's to the point of
yeah, yeah. Speaking,
a
no, I know
threat
what you're
on the
saying.
life of
Yes,
the president of the United States.
yes. As a
That's
figurehead, I mean,
yeah,
that is,
that's
yes,
ridiculous.
I agree.
I
I
mean, I don't
agree.
mean to bring up Kenny, but even
Mm-hmm.
he did get assassinated, but
Yes.
it's not like like it had been planned for a while or they knew it was coming or something like that. Now they know it's coming. It's like what
So
the fuck is wrong with these people?
so let's be timely or whatever, right? So you mentioned JFK. Well, how about that same year? How about Martin Luther King? Tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah,
Like, hey, this was not planned, folks. Okay, it's just,
just the way it worked
but
out.
yeah, we're talking about current events. What about Martin Luther King? Right? We're celebrating his life and death tomorrow. Or I'm sorry,
Well,
not his life and death. We're celebrating his legacy,
yes,
right?
yeah.
And same thing. I mean that people knew he was in danger, this and that, whatever.
I
And then when
think
he was on that balcony and got
with
shot,
him, given the times, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the way things were in the United States at that time.
It should have been.
I think. Well, but then again, it's not like he had Secret Service or anything like that. He was just just a normal guy.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I don't think security.
But I don't think it was like a.
No, it wasn't Secret Service level or nothing. Yeah.
It probably should have been, actually.
Well, but the FBI was after him. They were trying to say, oh, he cheated.
Well, they made him out to be a radical.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that I mean, the KKK, anybody could have been after him,
Oh, no, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a proven fact that J. Edgar Hoover had a burr up his ass to get Martin Luther King.
Yeah. And
he was on the list.
And it's kind of, that is kind of a sign of the times at that point. A black man.
Oh, yeah. No, that was radical.
Talking like that and stuff. But he wasn't talking, the fucked up thing, he wasn't talking about. He was talking about unifying
bringing down the system.
No, he wasn't talking about bringing down the system. No. He was talking about unifying everyone, no matter what color you are, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But,
and who the hell
swing the pendulum, right? But who would take it as like, oh my gosh, she's trying to take down the system and all that? It would have been the Southern plantation owners. I mean, the modern day in the 60s of that, probably their sons and grandsons,
Yeah.
It's like, they would think like their emotional reaction to what? I'm supposed to take down my Confederate flag and this and that. It's heritage. It don't mean about them niggers. It's just about heritage.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, they thought, so their emotional reaction was the same way.
I can't believe you just said that.
No, it's it. But hey, I was playing a role. I mean, if the Crapio can get away with it,
but you know what?
What?
I don't disagree. I disagree with people having to take down the Confederate flags and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if it's heritage to them versus what other people say it means to them, it could be very subjective. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It none of that shit makes sense to me. Like the way they're taking down fucking statues and all that kind of stuff.
Are they still doing that shit? I mean, I know.
Well, no, I think they got rid of them all, so they don't need to.
Yeah, they were doing that. I mean, it seemed like it was like such a big distraction from COVID, because I remember it was like pretty early COVID, and then BLM was starting.
And George Floyd got murdered.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And that's when they started all that stuff.
Oh.
And shortly after that.
Okay. So that had more of a direct impact on that.
Oh yeah.
Than COVID or BLM or any of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that, but that makes perfect sense once you say it.
And that guy getting killed like he did, and we saw it on national TV, and it was completely wrong.
Oh yeah.
It was. You could tell the cop was like just trying to take revenge or something like that.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't mean you go and burn everything down and take out historical monuments and all that kind of stuff, and it makes no sense. Like they changed names of high schools, like Jefferson High Schools and places. They changed the name. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But yet,
I know.
Yet that play Jefferson was huge
and all that stuff, and Sherman, and yeah, I get it. Well, you know what? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we have. Oh no. I mean, we have younger folks that don't necessarily know, and I know history's subjective, but they don't.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but they don't know a lot of the history. They have
because they don't teach it anymore.
Yes, and there's a social media prism that goes through.
And there's also a woke prism, and
Yep. Thank you.
They don't want. Oh, this might be upsetting to some people. Well, you know what? You know what? If you don't know history, history is doomed to repeat itself.
Yes. And so that's what some people are saying about Trump coming in. They're saying Nazi, this, that, blah, 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 fascist.
Fuck all them.
Yeah. So here's another thing I wanted to put out there. What you're talking about, right? It's like the whole thing of what was the song? I forget what it's called, but it's like, "Hey baby, it's cold outside."
Oh yeah, the Christmas song.
Yeah, it's a Christmas song. I don't know. It's like really, really.
I know what you're talking about.
And they said, one BLMer said, "Oh, it's kind of rapey."
That guy's a predator.
Yeah, it's like, seriously, that sounds like the most innocent. Like, hey, baby, because that's the way women would play, kind of coy. And I mean, it didn't sound like he didn't say, "I want to fuck your brains out. I'm gonna rape you, bitch."
No,
it was baby, it's cold.
That's the way people did stuff in those times.
Yes,
that's it.
And it was straight up. But some fucking millennial, some
woke
piece of
prick
shit
somewhere.
Yeah. So, that sounds kind of rapey.
Yeah,
let's go out.
That triggers me. That triggers me.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Trigger this motherfucker. I should pull the trigger on your ass. Ugh. All right. Is there anybody else we haven't offended during this broadcast?
Yeah. You know what? Because I can take calls now.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
If we haven't pissed someone off, you can call me and I'll piss you off too.
Oh yeah,
that's fine with me.
Definitely. Oh, we just love the trolls. We love the trolls.
We haven't got a single one.
We don't have them because they know we're speaking the truth, and we don't give a fuck.
And the truth will set you free.
We have no corporate sponsors.
You know what? I think everybody should listen to like a montage of Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay.
He said he was doing an interview with 60 Minutes, I think it was. And the guy kept trying to bait him into being a black man.
Yeah.
And he said to him, he's like, what would be nice? Well, no, he said the interviewer, and it's a famous interviewer, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
But he goes, how do you think we end racism?
Oh, I think it was Dan Rather.
Dan Rather, yeah.
Yes, I remember. And
Morgan Freeman says, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it.
Right?
He goes, why don't you stop referring to me as a black man, and I'll stop referring to you as a white man.
Yeah, and just call me a man.
And let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest things I ever heard anybody say. Because they were talking about they were talking about a Black History Month.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
And he said, I don't want a Black History Month.
What?
And the guy's like, well, what are you talking about? He goes, what? He goes, I'm not. Well, what faith are you? And he was Jewish. He goes, where's the Jewish History Month? He's like, there isn't one.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want one? He's like, no, I don't. He goes, well, I don't want Black History Month. He goes, it's American history.
And it's not funny? People were losing their fucking shit when it came out. Yeah.
But that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
It is American history.
He must have, at that point, at that time, he must have had, or he must have thought he had fuck you money.
I'm pretty sure at that time he did. Yeah.
Unadulterated truth.
Or he didn't care.
It. Yeah.
Or because it wasn't like back when that interview happened, it wasn't quite the culture it is now. Or actually, I think it's changing a little bit now.
Yeah.
But let's say 6 months ago, a year ago, It wasn't the same culture where if you said something that, kind of tweaked people a little bit,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you're gone.
Yeah. And what are they going to do? I mean, he's known, it's so funny, but like for us and, younger than us, he's known as the voice of God.
That? Oh, the Electric Company. Remember the TV show Electric Company?
Well, but you know what? I used to watch it, but I never remembered that he was the black guy on it.
Yeah, he was.
But I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen like 72, 73, and it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a survey or whatever. They're saying, if you could have anybody narrate your funeral, who would it be?
Yeah. Oh,
and almost 90% of the people was Morgan Freeman.
Gilbert Gottfried, before he dies.
Yeah, it'd be hard to do it after he died. All right. Well, my co-host is indisposed right now, but yeah, I mean, obviously there's nobody calling here, but I don't know if he irritated a bunch of people or not. But here we are, pretty much talking common sense stuff. Really, I think. I don't know. Maybe some of you don't agree. Maybe some of you do. There's probably no one listen anyways because all the football games going on and stuff like that. So now, if anybody is listening, I actually have a question. What I just said to my co-host. If there was someone you could pick to, I guess, narrate or whatever your funeral, who would it be? And the longest time, like 90% of the polls are Morgan Freeman. The guy made a video out of it, or it talked about a guy pushing a stick. So that would probably be mine too. Or Jerry Seinfeld. One of the two. That wouldn't be bad either. That actually probably would be pretty good. I think Jerry Seinfeld would be good too. You realize, unlike what you were doing when I was in there, I've been talking this whole time.
Nice. It's something about Jerry Seinfeld.
No, narrating a funeral.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe he died.
Or Bill Burr. How about Bill Burr?
Oh, jeez, what are you talking about? Oh, jeez. Oh, man, he's fucking dying out here. Oh, my gosh, what a fucking pussy.
Actually,
why did you die?
It's not called narrating. What the hell's giving a eulogy? That's
MCing? No.
Giving a eulogy.
Yeah. Yeah, what do they call them?
It's called giving a eulogy.
Yeah, but I thought you would ask him what do they call the person who gives the eulogy? And it's not.
I don't know if they have a name for
It's not the unlucky one.
Do they have a name for the person giving the eulogy?
No, the DJ, the MC. I mean, something like that. They gotta have some kind of.
I don't think
the headline.
Well, I was saying the headline. I was saying the narrator, but I don't think that's
narrator. Yeah, but that's close. Yeah, that's close. You're on the right track.
I don't think they have a name for it. I think they just nominate someone to do it, and
then no, isn't it usually like the preacher, right? Like most of
it can be friends or something like that. It could be anyone you pick
to be the MC. No, I mean the guy who
that does the eulogy.
Yeah, who yeah.
Well, they're not spinning records usually.
No. I was doing people like telling them, okay, you do this, you do that, but I'm the.
No, that's a funeral home that does that. I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about the person that gets up, in front of everybody that's there for the funeral,
right?
And talks about the person that's
it's usually no longer with us, dude. It's like
a lot of times it'll be friends or relatives.
No, but there's a preacher guy who is like the,
Well, no.
for lack of a better term, the MC. Like, okay, all right, so time out, right?
Okay, I know what you're saying. He's the DJ.
Yeah, he's like,
But
hey, folks, glad that y'all came out. No. Can I do it, please? And then you can slam me. So,
oh, God damn it.
there's the preacher guy, and he's like, hey, folks, glad y'all came out. We're going to bury the urn. Listen, so, you know, you know, I don't know. Matthew 6:13 says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." Okay, that's wonderful. All right, now um, we have Ed's widow who would like to say a few words.
Don't put me in the
She's very,
motherfucker.
she's very, very happy to see y'all here today, and she'd like to say a few words. Savannah, could you come up, please? Okay, that. Usually, you got a preacher guy that kind of does that.
When she comes up, that's the eulogy part.
Oh
That's what I
yeah.
was
She's
talking
like,
about.
oh my God, we met each other at 17. I thought he was a dick, but then after we got together at 19, and I was pregnant. And he's like, well, we got to get married. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's what we got to do. And we raised 5 children after that, and
Yeah,
we had some pets. And oh,
that
okay,
that
I was going a little too much.
that's a eulogy. That's the eulogy part. How fucking what are we even talking about now? I don't even
No,
remember.
but there usually is either, the funeral director or, a preacher, right? If they have some kind of faith, a shaman, imam,
Well, yeah,
whatever.
they control the thing, but
No, they like do the intro. They're
but
kind of like the
yes,
MC.
but the
It's like,
eulogy.
yo, here
Yes,
you are in the place.
yes,
We're giving props to
all right, settle down.
Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And since this guy just met him, his wife got something to say.
But
You ready? Here we go. Hit it.
dude,
Oh,
settle down.
okay. That was fun though.
The eulogy part is done by usually the eulogy.
The eulogy, yes,
The
we know what you're
eulogy
saying. Yes.
is eulogy.
Yeah,
Jesus
usually.
Oh,
No, I
shut
get
up.
it.
Yeah,
All right.
try saying that twice.
I know, right? Or 5 times fast.
Is
What
done by
happens?
a relative or a friend or something. In this
like
case,
it's usually
in this case,
yeah.
you can pay to have Morgan Freeman do it. Except maybe not right now because I believe he's not healthy.
Okay.
But
So
you can actually have celebrities pay celebrities to do it too.
do they and there's probably different levels, right? But like if I wanted Morgan Freeman to do my eulogy, right?
Yeah.
Is there an option? Like probably the regular option is like I pay say 10,000, right? He's really famous and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's probably a thing, but I pay 10,000 for a 30-second recording of him.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of like, we're on the mic right now.
Yeah, and it says your name. And
so
then,
if I wanted him to show up, it might be 120,000.
Probably, yeah.
And so it's an hour and 15 minutes, spending on his handlers. And he's not going to talk that long. He's still going to do the same thing, but he's going to be in person.
I don't know that there's many that offer them to show up.
Okay.
I mean, usually a funeral is kind of a personal thing and a family thing.
Sure. But, I mean, hey, if the Saudis can pay Beyonce $10 million to come out for her birthday and do a celebration, I'm just saying, maybe they could up the ante for, what's his name?
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Yeah, to come and be the voice of God.
For a second time.
Yeah. Was it? No, it was more than once, wasn't it? I know he
No,
did the one with
Bruce Almighty. Yeah, Bruce
yes,
Almighty.
yeah, with
Yeah,
Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey. Yeah.
But didn't he do uh, something else where they it was after that movie. I think they cast him again because it was so good.
Not as God.
Maybe it was just commercials
He
then.
did a
Didn't he do like a
he did a
Capital One
TV show.
commercial
He did a
or
TV show
uh
that was well, he's done a bunch of TV shows, but
and some
he did
commercials?
a TV show about it was called Finding God, I believe.
Oh, kind of like a documentary.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It was like Discovery Channel or something.
Yeah. He was going all over the world and like
Yeah.
talking to all these
Yeah.
shamans
The,
and
the, the
preachers and
Shroud of
religious
Turin.
people and stuff.
He did a show on the Shroud of Turin. Okay,
Oh,
which
really?
is the Shroud of Turin. It's like,
I know what it is.
oh, okay, great. All right. So
I
for you folks,
just saw a thing on that a couple of days ago.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so correct me if
They
I'm
still
wrong.
can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, they think like when the stone was rolled away, right, from the crypt. All right, and correct me, right, if there's something
Yeah.
different, right? When they rolled the stone away on the third day, right? He rose again. When the angel rolled the stone away, it was like the brilliance of the Shekinah glory that was coming off the angel. Jesus had that shroud that was on his body, right? They had already wrapped it up and then they put the shroud on. They had the myrrh and all that stuff, so the body didn't smell. Well, the Shekinah glory that came from the angel, it it superimposed his image on that shroud. So when he got up, it fell off of him, but it still had the imprint of his face and head and everything.
That is exactly what they were saying on the thing that I was watching.
Oh, really? Okay.
They were saying that because of the facial features it showed, that there's no way that it could be like just the cloth was laying on somebody bleeding because it wouldn't show the facial features that it does
like so intricate.
vividly. Yeah. There had to be some sort of
like a light
blast of
source
energy or something like that.
Okay.
That happened to, like you just said, transpose that image onto that cloth.
Okay, good. I'm so glad because my frame of reference is like 25 years ago.
Yeah,
right? When I was steeped in all this stuff. So
I just watched this like 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah.
Man, all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's gives you something to think about. But
hell yeah.
Hell
yeah. Yeah.
And actually, with you not knowing what I just said, or I just told you that I watched.
Yeah.
What you said before that, saying the energy from the angels or something like that. Well, I was just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Except they were trying to explain it in a scientific way.
Yeah.
How it could happen. I mean, they don't know how it could happen back at that time, but it had to be some sort of energy that transposed the image of his face onto it.
So, like when you say about the energy and all that, right? I mean, that's secular, right? So the term that I use, I guess it could be considered religious, but not really, because religious, when you say something religious, most of the time you think of a particular religion, but the Shekinah glory kind of goes across like religions, right? And what it means, you're exactly right. It's the energy that is in this interstellar human being, right? I'm not saying an alien.
No,
but
it's everywhere.
Yeah. And it's you're right. It's like magnified. And so when they come in the presence of, humans or whatever, when they're in this earthly realm, it's like you can't dull their energy like they try to, but it still comes through, and that's why it's superimposed. I mean, it was almost like radiation or something coming out of them, and it boom, it like bakes the image onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's energy coming one way, and then there's energy coming back the other way. Well, what's the one thing that's between it?
Mm-hmm.
It's the cloth.
It's well, yeah, and also flesh.
No, I mean as far as the image.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The image. Yeah.
There's the body.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like an
and
X-ray.
there's something.
It's like an X-ray. Like an X-ray needs the lead behind, and then boom.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. Same principle. Yeah.
And I hate this. This really sounds weird. Now I'm gonna go all comic book geek and stuff like that.
Yeah. Cool.
But it seems like the Marvel Universe has predicted a lot of this shit.
Okay.
First of all, let's just say, huh?
I forget what his name is.
How was that?
It's the guy's mouth.
Robert Downey Jr.
No. It was like a superhero. It's not Mysterio, but I forget his name. But he was a Marvel guy. It wasn't Chris Pine, but it was a guy like that.
With the mouth?
Yeah, with the mouth. You know, he switched up in I think the
Venom.
Venom. Yes.
Tom Hardy.
You.
That was in.
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
That was in a different. That was in
He's
Sony
not
universe.
Marvel?
Well, he is, but
okay. Thank you. All right. So,
but he's in Sony movies because Marvel doesn't own, or Disney doesn't own Sony yet, so he's not actually in Marvel movies. They're co-produced.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I thought that was cool, and that's what I thought you were getting at.
No.
Okay. I'm glad we had this conversation.
No, I am too, actually. No, but I mean, all right, you
Did you know he's British?
Yeah. You know what? Like 90% of the people that do Marvel movies are British.
Isn't that fucked? I don't know why.
I don't either.
I guess because they can do such a good American accent, you know?
Well, I guess maybe they're more theatrical trained and better actors. I have no idea.
Maybe we just need to pay them less. Like maybe they have to get a visa to be in the movie. So hey, if we can make some money, I'm just saying. I don't know. Oh, Maggie, did you see I was gonna say Dawn of the Dead, but that's the Walking Dead. Remember American movie classics? Yeah, isn't that what it was called?
Walking Dead's been a series for like 9 years.
Yes. Okay, so The Walking Dead, and they have a couple of
I saw the
spin-offs.
original movie of that, which happened like Christ, that was years ago.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about the series. Did you see the series?
I've seen
Like
seen some of it,
pieces.
but I've never really watched it all that much. You know, that's a comic book thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew that.
DC Comics.
Yeah, I hadn't read it because DC.
No, I hadn't
DC.
either. I don't like DC either. Yeah, they suck.
Superman, fuck you. Anyway, no, I'm kidding, sorta. All right, I used to like both when I was a kid, but then when they started pressuring me, I did go to Marvel. Just saying, Marvel is the shit. Come on,
it's
fucking Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. I mean, what?
Iron Man.
An Iron Man, yes.
The movie that started it all.
But
for Christ's sake, Ozzy Osbourne wrote a song about it.
No, we're talking about the comics.
Yeah.
You and I are purists. Purists with coins, stamps, baseball cards, beer cans. It doesn't matter the collectibles, folks. We had the market.
And I was especially huge in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Hey, this dude, he's forgotten more than I've learned. Okay, just saying.
Yeah. That's why one thing with these movies too, I don't understand. Like
It must frustrate you to no end, like the difference between a Hollywood movie when you know the original story, like you've read
no,
it and everything.
no,
No?
no.
Okay.
Actually, I think
Oh, thank you. Go ahead.
as far as Marvel,
Yeah.
I think they've done it almost 100% right as far as the characters and the character arc and shit like that.
Oh, okay. Rock on. Good.
The only thing I don't like,
Yeah.
they're always trying to, I mean, I guess they have to,
What?
but there's so many different fucking characters and story arcs and all this kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
It's like they're trying to push stuff ahead way too fast than it should have been.
Well, are they trying to like add all the villains into the same movie or something?
No, it's
Or are
not
you
just
just talking about like future stuff?
they're trying. It's not the villains and it's not the heroes. They're trying to.
Uh-huh.
It's the story.
Okay.
Like, well,
So
they're going to
like
be
Peter
coming out with.
Parker.
Well,
Well, I mean, that's not
I mean,
DC.
you had to put him in there at some point.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, Uncle
it's the
whatever.
most Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
It's the most. I mean, Spider-Man is the most iconic. One of the most iconic,
Sure. Yeah.
comic characters ever.
Yeah.
Well, he's up there with Batman and Superman and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, they try and like. I think they. Did you see the first like movies with Spider-Man, like with Tobey Maguire and all that kind of shit?
Yes.
Okay,
And what wasn't it? Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst, yeah.
Yeah. Which I
Okay,
was
did you
like,
know that?
dude, I mean, I know you're fucking fugly, but do you have to get a fugly chick? I mean, they
She
could have
wasn't.
they should
What?
have had
Are you fucking nuts?
no, I'm not. When they could have cast Megan Fox
You
in
think
that
Kirsten
role
Dunst is
or
ugly?
Scarlett Johansson or I mean, they had so many to choose from and they chose that girl. You think she's fine?
Yes.
I think she's plain at best.
You know why?
Why?
Because you don't like redheads.
No, oh shit. I'm trying to think of what's a good looking redhead. Oh my god.
Kirsten Dunst.
No, hell no. Oh my.
But anyways, my point was with this whole
Oh yeah, I'm
thing
sorry. Yeah.
is that
Co-host.
they're trying to they're trying to they're trying to push it. They're trying to make everything happen too fast. Like
Okay.
they've gone from the Iron Man, which I mean, granted, they've been around for like 20 years or whatever, but they're going way too fast in like the Secret Wars stuff and stuff like that. There's so many other stories that they can tell, and I know they're trying to get to the mate because there's in the comics there's major events that happen in the comics,
Sure. Yeah.
which is what they're trying to go through and
Uh-huh.
whatever. Like with the Fantastic Four. All right, the Fantastic Four is supposed to come out in 2025, I believe, sometime in
Oh, another one?
2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're making a new one.
Cool.
Marvel's probably
Is
going
it
to
going
do
to
it
be
right.
Jessica Alba still? I hope.
Who?
Jessica Alba.
No. No,
Oh,
no,
fuck
they
that.
totally recast it. I don't like the guy they put for Mr. Fantastic either.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal, I believe.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
He's a great Spanish actor.
Yeah,
like
that's
in-
great, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
he
no, he
doesn't
doesn't.
fucking look like Mr.
Okay,
Fantastic.
okay.
But anyways, he may be good. I don't know.
Who's gonna
Anyways,
be Thing?
but they're doing it.
Who's gonna be Thing? Do you remember?
Some Jewish guy,
Okay.
because actually in the comics, Ben Grimm was a
Yeah.
Jewish guy.
Oh yeah, 2 M's. That's right. Yeah.
The 2M theory.
Yeah.
I think we just created that.
Oy vey. Oy vey.
Anyways,
Yeah.
in the comics,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, all right, they're just starting the Fantastic Four in the MCU, okay, or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
In the comics, they had kids, which was the most ridiculous story I ever heard too, either.
Uh-huh.
But whatever. But it was
Didn't
much.
they go
It was
through like
much
a
later.
meteorite field or a radioactive
Cosmic
field
beam
or
shit or something like that. Yeah. But in the comics,
Uh-huh.
the
They sat on a
Reed Richards
toilet seat.
and Sue Richards, I guess,
Uh-huh.
didn't have kids for like 20 years, whatever.
Oh wow.
But they're
Bacon.
having the kids in the movie when it comes out.
Oh, all
And
right.
it's
So
just
they're not being true to the story. They're like
well,
backing it up and
but it's I don't know. It just seems to me like it goes they don't explain enough and they go too
okay.
far and don't
Yeah.
include other people like they're
Yeah.
doing. I don't know.
Hollywood
It's
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
still like the movies and stuff, but it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just they're going they should do other stuff before they do these big fucking things sometimes.
For
But
sure. Or they should have a little lead in or something, right?
yeah.
To bridge the purist with the pure Hollywood folks to try to do a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and I think they kind of they kind of shot their nut with Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if you know what I'm talking about. The
No,
movie
I
Endgame.
don't. But I'm gonna pretend like I'm like, what? Yeah.
You never saw Avengers Endgame?
No, I think I've seen something Avengers. That sounds
See,
familiar.
dude, I was so into the comics when I was a kid
Yeah,
that
that's cool.
I fucking love these movies.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I absolutely love them.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I used to like that would be an event for my kid and me when these movies came. Not so much that, but even earlier ones like Batman and Daredevil and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because
To
he
like
loved
go to the
too.
opening and stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool as shit, bro.
and we go to Comic Cons and shit. Have you ever been to a
nice.
Comic Con?
I haven't, but not that I've thought about it, right? But they usually like more expensive than like stamp shows and coin shows
No,
and
it
stuff.
doesn't cost anything.
What?
It doesn't cost anything.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You got to go into like not a studio they usually
they have
big
it
venue.
in like
it might be like a conference hall and a big hotel
or even an arena.
Yeah.
Something. It doesn't cost nothing. No, you just walk in there and what costs stuff is when you want to buy stuff. That's why that's why you're there.
You're telling me there's no entrance.
There's no entrance. No. The ones I went to and brought my kid to.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, I am so sure that it is different nowadays, but I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, I probably will look for something, coming, whether it's Manchester or Concord or, you know what I mean?
But my whole point about was this.
Yes.
You would see the most strangest fucked up people that you ever see in your life.
Like pure fans, right?
People dressed like all sorts of weird shit.
Dude, I would love to see people dressed as
it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a medieval fair.
Yeah.
Those people take shit way too seriously.
Yeah. I get it.
And these people do too.
Same thing. Okay.
And it's like
different universe. It's like same thing.
Dude. Well, at the very least, with the medieval stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that stuff happened at some point in history.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about comic book shit.
Okay.
This never happened, dude.
Harley Quinn.
Stop fucking putting it in your reality.
Harley Quinn.
Oh God.
Yes.
I would
love to go to a Comic Con. I would love to go to a Comic Con and just see all the Harley Quinn copycats.
If there was ever one, well, she's a villain, so ever one super villain that I wish would actually be in existence, it would be her.
Yeah.
That movie, Suicide Squad. I mean, they kind of did this on purpose, but a lot of those shots are like, oh Christ.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh, she's Margot Kidder, right? No, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, she's good. And I know Will Smith was in one of those.
Scarlett Johansson wasn't so bad in
No, she's not bad in
Yeah, Will
anything.
Smith was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, Will Smith was in Suicide Squad, but Scarlett Johansson was in the Avengers movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this incredibly painted on
What?
uniforms.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so I saw something on social media of like, I don't know whether it was Jimmy Fallon or uh, something Oliver. I forget, but there was somebody who is one of these late night people, and they were in fact I think there was more than one, but they mentioned that like, oh, you kind of have like a tight skin suit or whatever. Did you wear underwear? And she was like so
Oh yeah, she got pissed
yeah,
off
she got
about
all
that.
pissed off about it, but it was more than one. But I think it was like that guy, whatever Oliver, and somebody else that did it. But it was, like a Jimmy Kimmel or who's that other guy? Jimmy Fallon. It was like one of those guys. Yeah.
Well, good for her that she's fucking got
Hmm.
pissed off. Like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I can touch the screen. I can't touch the fucking
What are you
screen.
doing?
Oh,
Somebody listening? You want
yeah,
to discuss with them?
yeah.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Do your thing.
One of them, the part of the name looks like in Arabic. So,
Mhm.
no offense, my friend, but I'm not going there. Specific in a backpack. I don't know. My God, I
We're gonna have to
I did
get
it before.
we're gonna have to get the like a translating app that can translate it kind of like underneath. I know there's some apps that do that. I don't even think they cost anything.
No, I mean, no, it's Arabic at first, and then it says enter the live room.
Oh, well, maybe the Arabic above it is what it said, and maybe that's the translation, what's below, right?
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay, good enough. Yeah, see, yeah,
Why can't I?
I don't know.
All right, I guess. All right, maybe. Oh, this is great podcast.
Is this thing
Fucking
on?
sound,
Is this thing
but
on?
but
Yeah,
hey,
we're getting
I,
ready for a big storm.
I'm learning this. We ain't getting a big storm.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be
What the
5
hell's
to 8
going on over here?
inches.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Hmm.
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 I
Things that
don't
makes
know.
you go. Hmm.
Hmm.
There's a guy that disappeared in
Oh.
Arsenio Hall.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right.
I like this show.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, he was definitely the early 90s pop culture reference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So I hope all these people that have been kind of flash in the pan, I hope they were good with their money.
I'm sure he was okay.
Yeah, probably.
What the? Why?
I don't know.
Young Ben. God damn it. Well, I don't know. I know I talked to people a couple of times on like they were on there
Yeah.
and I can't figure out how to do it again.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not. Oh, wait a minute.
He figured it out after he berated me. Dubity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know either.
Smelled like peanut butter.
What?
Yeah.
Don't bite peanut butter?
No, she smelled like.
Who smells like peanut butter?
Redheads.
What?
You said.
Smells like peanut butter?
Redheads.
Redheads smell like peanut butter?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
Well, you said something about redheads. You try to disparage me and say I didn't like redheads.
Well, yeah.
Just because they smell like peanut butter?
I don't know. Is that why you don't like them?
Well, it's not the worst smell in the world. What do you think? Fluffernutter has no smell at all.
I probably shouldn't say this on here, but fuck it. Who cares? Nobody's listening anyways. Redheaded girls are either smoking hot or tragically unhandsome.
Okay. So, all right.
There's no in between.
I can give you two or an example of each.
What? Right in between?
No. An example of each.
Tawny Katane.
Who?
Tawny Katane.
Who's that?
White Snake videos. All right.
So can I do my
Go ahead.
part now? So this isn't just based on music, okay? So fine.
Now wait a minute. You knew Tawny Katane had something to do with music.
Because you said White Snake.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Finish your story.
All right. So fine as heck. Redhead. Bryce Howard. Ronnie Howard's daughter, who played in the Jurassic Park, the last two movies of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, wasn't she like 9 years old?
No. She's the redhead who's there at the new.
Oh, in the last Jurassic Park.
The last two.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never seen any one of them.
All right, so the last one. Okay. Yes, whatever you saw, if you saw either one of them.
No, I saw the first one, and that's about it.
Oh, dude.
Actually, no, I did. I saw the second one, I think. Too.
No. We're past the third. There's like two other ones.
Like the
they
18th.
Who's the guy who's
Chris Pratt?
Yes. Yeah. So it's the one that he stars in, right? The two of them he stars in. He's with the
monkeys.
No, the dinosaurs, but the small ones.
Raptors.
Yes, the velociraptors, and they sound like and so he tames them and stuff.
So
right?
The raptors sound like monkeys.
Oh no! But anyway, okay. So his love interest in those two movies, she is fine as hell, and she is redhead as red can be. I didn't ask her, does the carpet match the drapes? But I'll go out on a limb and say, yep. So.
Well, most of all, it's tile floors all the time. Right. Usually anymore, but.
So I have to reach way back. I probably didn't, but I haven't had much time to think. You kind of put this like on the
It's just a flash quiz.
we're just on the spot.
Yeah.
I would say a homely redheaded person, besides Ed Sheeran and some people that are,
Well, I was talking mostly women, actually.
all right. So women,
because most redheaded guys are ugly as shit.
all right. So
But-
women, a
Sorry,
not
redhead guys.
not as classically attractive as others would be the little chick. You remember? Uh, uh, what was the one with John Boy and Ben and it wasn't All
Joy?
My Children.
Joy Lambert?
No, but
Because she's not a bad looking girl.
all right. I was talking about a fictional character in movies or series or something.
Well, then what did you bring up?
I wasn't bringing up a real person.
Didn't you bring up? Well, when you said Ben, the first thing I thought about was
No, and John Boy. I said John Boy first. Remember that?
Oh, John. Oh,
it was a series.
the Waltons.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name, but yes.
Oh, you're talking about the girl that went off the rails and shit like that, and she became a drug addict and all sorts of stuff.
She might have. I was just talking about the red hair. The
She
little.
wasn't.
No.
She.
On the Waltons, the youngest girl in the Walton family was a flaming fucking redhead.
Yeah, I kind of remember.
Yeah, and I mean, she had no. I'm sorry, whoever you are, but you had no personality on the fucking show. It was
She was
probably
a child.
because you were a child, maybe. Okay, but I've seen some kids like 8 is enough. I mean, they had some personality. You had absolutely no personality on that show. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why I haven't seen you in anything else as you've been an adult. Just
that
saying.
You know of.
Yeah, I haven't seen you. You might be on Netflix, Hulu, whatever.
Pornhub.
Oh, so speaking about that, just as an aside, I am so grateful to all these other platforms that older actresses and actors can have a reboot and they're starring in different shit. I mean, it's wonderful that they're giving you guys a second fucking chance. I wish I could have a second chance at the shit I did, but I am happy for you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm really not jealous. I'm happy for you.
Were you just hearing that?
Yeah, yeah. It's a scan of biological people. Yeah, that's the it's coming from
I know
outer
what it
space.
sounded like.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's from outer space. They're doing a biological thing. So when they do come down, which will probably be pretty soon, they know who to take. Like they probably know if you and I have cancerous cells in our bodies, and they're like, nah, we're not going to deal with that one. But if